Howdy folks, I'm Brian, and here's some Reddit. Our first story is titled, Am I a Jerk for Lying to My Cat? Oh my goodness, this is stupid, but I was told to ask others for their opinions, so here I am. I'm a 23-year-old female, and my girlfriend, a 19-year-old female, claims that I'm bad for lying to my cat, a 2-year-old male. I don't like my cat roaming around the kitchen when I'm not there just because he might get his less than average intellect paws on something he shouldn't. So I gotta get him out of there when I leave. On a small shelf next to the door, I keep a tiny bag of kitty treats, and sometimes when he refuses to come, I'll call his name, I shake the little bag to get him to come out, and close the door behind him. Enter the problem. I don't actually give him a treat every time I do this. Sometimes I just pick him up and give him a big old smooch. Sometimes he gets a treat. My girlfriend thinks that this counts as being mean to my cat because he might be expecting a sweet little treat, and that disappointment to him is cruel. This isn't a serious fight, just something that sometimes comes up when I don't give him treats. It isn't creating a problem between us, but this time she said, ask literally anyone else if they think that you're being fair. So we'll be reading the responses together. Alright, OP, I'm gonna have to say that you're a little bit of a jerk here. Don't be mean to the cat. I think that this is, of course a silly story, but, again, like if the cat's expecting a treat, then it's a little bit mean to not give them a treat. I mean, and what's it hurt to give the cat a treat when you do this? Really, honestly, probably not much. So just give the cat a treat. You're the jerk. You're sincerely your cat. All right. Our next story is titled, Am I a Jerk for Mocking My Brother About His Wife Making More Than Him? So my older brother is sometimes a bit of a jerk. He's 4 years my senior and I love him, but he gets on my nerves. He's a person that believes in traditional gendered roles. Like, the husband is the head of the household and provider. The wife does the homemaking and child rearing and all that stuff. I wouldn't go as so far as to call him a misogynist, as he's never tried to force his wife into that role, even after they've had their first kids, but some of his views are kind of dated. I married my wife 2 years ago, and since we've been together, she's always made more than me by a wide margin. Like, when we were broke college students, she made more than me. She is a pediatric oncologist and makes a lot of money. I don't want to get into our finances too much, but let's just say that if I wanted to quit my job and be a house husband, I could, and very little would change financially. I couldn't care less about this, but my brother always has. He, in the way he came across as caring, tried to warn me against settling down with a woman making so much more than me. I remember a few times that he'd tell me that if I'm not providing financial stability with her, she has less incentive to not cheat on me. I thought this was hilariously dumb because it wasn't a battle I wanted to fight, so I just told him I appreciate the advice and changed the subject. He's teased me nonstop about my wife making more than me, and I pretty much have just ignored it. My brother lost his job in June because of cutbacks in his school district. Lucky for him, his wife also makes a decent paycheck. He was able to get a new teaching job, but now is at the bottom of the ladder in his new school and makes significantly less. His wife now makes more than him. Last week, I invited them over for dinner, and during the evening, I made a joke about how his wife is the breadwinner and the man of the house now. His wife thought it was funny, but he and my wife did not. He and his wife almost immediately left, and he's been mad at me since. I talked to his wife, and he apparently said that he feels like I'm trying to make fun of him. My wife also is mad, but for different reasons. She said that she thinks that me saying what I said means that I'm upset that she makes more than me. When I tried to tell her I wasn't, she said that if it really had no problem with that, then I wouldn't have said anything. I don't think I've done anything wrong, but I do kind of feel bad. Am I the jerk? Alright, OP, I think that you probably made a poor decision here. And I think that you're just trying to give him a taste of his own medicine. And, I can understand why you would want to do this. But I think if you were really trying to get back at him, that the old expression, the best revenge is a life well lived, is probably the advice you should have gone with here. Not saying anything and letting he knows he knew at the time that you knew. So by you saying these things, you kind of perpetuate the same kind of behavior and talk that he has. So I would just say that the best course of action in this case would have just to have said nothing. I think you should apologize to your wife. I think that you made a poor decision, but, sometimes we do. You're the jerk. You're an idiot. Listen to yourself. You're being so petty that you ended up insulting your wife. You could have said something when you were alone with him and phrased it, "So, do you still have a problem with my wife making more than me now that you're getting a taste of it?" But no, you completely disregarded how your wife might see it, because who cares about her, right? All you're really concerned about is feeding your ego with your brother, who you don't even like. Have fun sleeping on the couch, I guess. Or even, "Hey, I'm sorry about your job situation. This pandemic is bad. How are you doing?" Yeah, I think the kind, compassionate way of talking about things probably would have been a little bit better. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a thumbs up. If you didn't, consider giving me a thumbs down. But also, maybe consider telling me why in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully this wasn't too short for you today. It was just a little bit of a rush day today. So, again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm with the wrong schedule. We'll just have to redo the intro and outro.